I'm Gab. He's Jules. Grey skies over West London, but certainly not grey in our hearts because the Champions League is back. I think it's been tremendous. We've seen some ridiculous goals. There's more to come Thursday night. Yeah. It's been fantastic. But we're going to start. Oh, and by the how could I leave this out? Most importantly, the Champions League is back. Jose Mourinho, very close to being back. That's very true. We think. Let's start at Anfield. They go 2-0. Liverpool go 2-0 up against Atletico Madrid straight away.
Yeah.
Bit of luck on the first one. The second one, tremendous goal. Everything's great. And then weirdly, Marcos Llorente scores twice, and it's 2-2. And they need yet another late winner.
Yeah.
I think it's 5 wins in 5 this season between Premier League and Champions League. The earliest winner came in the 83rd minute. The latest winner came in the 10th minute of injury time against Newcastle.
Yeah.
This is not the plan, yeah?
No, yeah, and I don't know how sustainable it is, really. You can't keep having to score late to win matches. And as we've been saying, they would be better as a team going forward once the new players and now Isak as well have integrated and all of that. I guess you show character, and it's probably better to have that kind of trait in your team to never give up and always believe that you can score until the end, all that kind of stuff. It's probably better to have it. It's just not good when you, in a way, rely on it too much because they should have been 3-0 up and the game should have been gone way before the second goal from Marcos Llorente, where they, again, defensively were a bit shaky. It's like the 4th time now this season that they conceded at least 2 goals. The first time last season where they conceded 2 goals, so the first game last season where they conceded goals was in October. So there's something wrong defensively in terms of balance and how much their defense is exposed. But yeah, at some point, they can't always have to score late. It's not going to work.
Yeah, and by the way, on the Atletico Madrid front, Atletico Madrid had a horrendous start to the season, 3 games without winning. They did win at the weekend. I think there was a little bit of luck involved in that. They come here without Julien Alvarez, without other options other than Nico, and obviously Alex Baena still out, Thiago Almada out, Jimenez out at the back. Hansko on the bench for reasons I didn't fully understand.
He's coming back from injury.
Which when we were served up more Langlais.
Yeah.
So you're not hitting prime Atletico Madrid in any way, shape, or form.
Definitely.
Marcos Llorente scoring 2 goals. Of course, he famously scored 2 goals. I think it was a round of 16 game. I think it was the last game before COVID shut down the Champions League.
Yeah.
And by now you probably heard the stats. Everybody repeated it. He scored something like half his Champions League goals at Anfield, which is pretty remarkable.
Goals and
so the joke is, they should sign him.
Well, yeah. I don't know. I like him a lot, for like a former kind of midfielder, attacking midfielder to play right back now. And in a very special right back role, really, because he's forward so much. He gives you so much activity and intensity. He's great hitting the ball, good crosser of the ball. I think he's great for them to have him in that team. He got lucky on the second goal, and I'm not sure what McAllister is doing, turning his back on it. But the first goal is a nice goal. And as we know, after his brace in 2020 at Anfield, he bought a dog for his mum, and they called it Anfield. So now they can have a brother for him.
Yeah, every 2 goals, more dogs. Yeah, makes sense to me. Alexander Isak finally made his debut. This was a slow burn. Obviously, it looks like he still needs to fit in, but this whole idea of his fitness, I think he played over an hour.
57 minutes.
He looked fine to me on the pitch in terms of his movement. Maybe, obviously, the chemistry's not there yet, but movement looks fine.
Although I thought him and Wirtz kind of find each other quite easily. He had to wait 10 minutes before touching the ball the first time, which is a long time. In that time, Liverpool were 2-0 up, and Mo Salah had been tearing apart the Atletico defense. But it will come. It's just I'm not sure he can repeat games at high intensity for now without a risk of being injured. So I don't think he will start the derby on Saturday, for example. I think Ekitike is going to come back in the team for that. But I thought for debut, it looked pretty good already, and that's scary because he's just going to get better and better.
If I were unkind, I would say Mo Salah also made his debut on Wednesday night, so penalties aside, but hey, I won't be. What was interesting, and what we're going to, I think, need to break down further, is I've never seen Arne Slot be so open afterwards in terms of talking about how they need to find the balance, and that this team doesn't have the balance. And it's obvious to people, and it's to do with the late goals and needing the comebacks and the fact that on paper this team is very attacking. So we're going to break all of this down on the Gab and Jules podcast. Jules, in all the excitement, I realize I have not mentioned the guy who scored the winning goal for Liverpool, who's a pretty important player for them. It's Virgil van Dijk. I just want to say, like, captain does what captain's supposed to do, leader, late goal. And because I'm in a repenting mood, I will come out and say Van Dijk will forever be one of those things I got really, really badly wrong. I've gotten many things badly wrong, but Van Dijk, maybe because he's so large, is one of the worst things. I thought he was the wrong signing for Liverpool.
Really? At the time?
At that price, yeah.
Wow.
At that price, yeah. The fact that he was a late developer.
Yeah.
All these things pointing in that direction. I would not have spent that much money on him, but I was completely wrong. So I just want to put my hands up again. I mean, it's not. And I'm not wrong
That's
as of today because he scored this goal, but I've been wrong for the last 3-4 years, really, probably since the second season at Anfield. But let's go back to this balance discussion. So I don't know if anybody asked Slot if Milos Kerkez is on the naughty step or if it was simply a question of right now at this time, he doesn't feel comfortable in the name of balance to play Frimpong and Kerkez together. So obviously Kerkez taken off after 38 minutes. We talked about it at the weekend for Andy Robertson after he took a dive and so on. In this game, we saw Robertson back in there and we saw Frimpong at right back. I guess it's more balanced because Robertson at this stage of his career is more defensive, although weirdly he started out as a winger, just like Frimpong. Is this something that, like, do you think there will ever come a day where you can play the front four and Frimpong and Kerkez?
Yeah, there'll be teams where they can do that. The thing with Robertson is that I watch him again on Wednesday night, and I still think he's far away from his best form, and I'm just not sure. I think it was certainly on Wednesday night an area where Atletico Madrid, who went not very good on the night, despite the 2 goals that they scored, were trying to exploit was Robertson. In behind, even in one-on-one, he's not the player, obviously, that he's used to be at his age. Frimpong defensively, as we know, is a very attacking fullback. So already, even without talking about the balance of the team, Gam, the balance of that line of 4, whether it's Kerkez at left back or Robertson at left back, has a lot of work to do with it. I think Konate can cover a lot of what Frimpong will do going forward, but maybe not everything. And Konate hasn't been at his best either since the start of the season. Virgil is Virgil, obviously.
Although Virgil too, if you look on the first goal, it looks like Virgil gets caught. Now it could be because somebody else doesn't make doesn't make the defensive movement, but he is in no man's land.
Yeah, absolutely, all over the place.
And a defense is a collective, right? And he's the leader of it.
Yeah, absolutely. And then there's obviously the question of that midfield, McAllister being not at his best. We said
it's
that.
Not McAllister yet.
Yeah, still maybe not fully fit, or certainly even if he's fit, he's just not the player that he was last season. Gravenberch is exceptional, but again, defensively, he's always been not as good than what he does on the ball in terms of carrying the ball forward, etc. And then you used to have Szoboszlai there as your third midfield, who offers you a lot, even defensively, by just the running and the effort. And I think Wirtz is trying to do that, but Wirtz is a very different player to Szoboszlai, so you've lost that bit too. And yesterday, for example, the Szoboszlai Gravenberch midfield is very good at times in a game, but again, defensively has limitations, and that's why I think the balance is a problem there.
And I don't know how you fix it. You can wait for McAllister to get back to his best.
Probably,
I mean, Gravenberch for me, I take your point that the defensive side of the game is kind of new to him, but he's done it all of last season. He's learned it. It's a lot easier to do when you've got 2 real midfielders alongside you compared to Florian Wirtz. For me, the issue remains further forward because Salah won't be able to, hasn't been providing the defensive cover that he has offered in the past. Gakpo on the right, I think that's pretty evident. Gakpo on the left, fine. Even though, again, he's not at his best right now, but I think he's reached a point where I think Gakpo, even when he has a bad game on the ball, or not that he did last night, but he still provides you that effort.
Yeah.
And then if you're going to play Isak up front, you got to wait for him to settle. And so you will naturally not have that. I stick to my prediction that at some point we may see either Isak in a wide position, which obviously he's played earlier in his career. Maybe it's Isak and Salah with Wirtz in a Bobby Firmino type role, or Wirtz on the left, or something. I think that's where he's going to have to turn, because he knows they cannot keep doing this. He knows they cannot keep getting pegged back, because those are 2 points dropped. I mean, we're talking about them. Oh, look, they have 5 points. Yeah, they've won they're 5 for 5, right? In terms of performance, they could just as easily have 2 wins and 3 draws right now.
Yeah.
I mean, the Arsenal game is another one, right? Where, stuff happens at the end.
Yeah.
So I think he needs to fix this. I think they were really, actually, despite what they said, oh no, we're fine with Leone and Gomez. I think they were hoping that he might have at least had that option of a third center back in certain situations, just to give you that defensive platform, which would have allowed you to play Kirkes and Frimpong. He has to figure this out on the fly, and he has to figure it out while playing twice a week, which isn't easy.
Yeah.
He can do it, but it's not easy.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to what happened at the end of the game. Diego Simeone, absolutely infuriated with the fans behind his bench. Now, obviously, you can say, "Oh, well, England's different because the fans are so close to the bench." Yeah, but you know what? He's played in the Champions League a million years. He's coaching the Champions League. He's used to this. He's played in England many times, right? He turns on the fan. Now, afterwards, I saw him. He talked about this quite a bit.
He gets sent off. Second yellow, gets sent off.
And he got sent off, yeah. On Sky Italia, where I saw him, where he was speaking freely, he said, look, you get insulted every game, and I just don't understand why I need to sit here and take it. There's no reason why you can't just celebrate. And I'm really conflicted about this, because I will always be on the side of the fans who pay their ticket.
Yeah.
I also feel, and maybe I'm also biased because I saw what the guy looks like who he was so angry with. I don't feel like, what do you need to do that? Did Simeone do something to annoy you before?
Yeah, I don't know. There would have been some frustration among Liverpool fans who've been 2-0 up after 5 minutes, and then having been paid back to 2-2, you could feel it in the atmosphere. So, I mean, you see if you look at the whole clip, there's a lot of hand gestures from that fan, and clearly insult with F-bombs and everything you want. But like you said, it's not the first time, not the last time that El Cholo would be insulted like that, in Spanish, in English, in whatever languages, in Italian, in
about every professional footballer goes through this.
Yeah, exactly. And I still think you're a public figure, you're an example, you should not react to anything. I know it's difficult sometimes, so I can hear him when he said, why should I take it and just sit down here and take it? But I don't think you should retaliate like he did. It was a mistake. But I don't think fans, like you said, should do things like that either, really.
Yeah, Cholo, the reason you should take it is because you're Diego Simeone. You have achieved things that this guy, who gets his jollies from behaving like this, will never achieve in his life. You're a better person. You've contributed more. You've achieved more. You're going to get on a plane and you won't see this guy, hopefully again, ever.
Yeah.
And that's why you should take it. From the perspective of the guy, I'm not saying you can't insult. I mean, there's a consensus, right? When fans abuse, there are limits, and there's a consensus, and we've decided no racist abuse, no territorial discrimination, no homophobic abuse, and it's time we agree on that. Continually giving the guy the finger and getting in his ear and blah, 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 that's not, I don't want to say it's accepted, but it's something that's not sanctionable.
Yeah.
And maybe it shouldn't be sanctionable. I still think if you can't celebrate a winning goal, your team scoring in the final seconds to get 3 points, without having a personal go at the opposing coach, you got issues, man.
Yeah.
And he took to social media, right?
Yeah, apparently
Johnny Porter, is that his name?
Yes, apparently saying that he didn't say anything racist.
Did anybody say he said anything racist? No.
I don't know, yeah. Okay. But then he said he was spat at by one of the assistant coaches or somebody from the staff.
Okay, so...
I don't know.
Part of me says it's surprising this doesn't happen more often. I think, but like you said, I think if you're a professional, you tend to brush it off. But it's not nice behavior to see, and I think it's unlike what we often get at football grounds.